my Patreon heroes. So here's an update. As some of you know, I had gone off to Loft Aero for CJ1 type rating in Carlsbad, California, and that was for a single pilot operation. So a lot of times these jets require two pilots. You need a co-pilot and a captain to operate these aircraft because they're very complex. A lot of checklists you have to keep up with. So I've never really flown a jet before. I'm not type rated at anything. I am a commercial pilot, of course, but just you have to have a type rating for certain aircraft. They're over weight limits, a certain weight limit, certain seating capacity. I signed up for Loft Aero, single pilot operation, just skipping right ahead of the line so I could get a good job, be a contract pilot where I could fly people's corporate jets or private jets, citations, Cessna citations. Got into the class. It was very, very intensive, a 10-day course. 6 days of ground school, which when they threw the books at me, they have the entire systems book that you have to learn. Then they throw the checklist book at you that you have to learn. Then they throw the emergency checklist book that you have to learn. It's like, okay, this is hard, but I can do it. You know, I'm pretty good with stuff. I learn. I'm a slow learner, but when I do learn it, I learn it pretty in depth. So I got through the 6 days course, which was very intense. Working on that paper tiger. The thing that they call the paper tiger is the poster they give you of the cockpit where you get to learn all the switches. The writing on the cockpit was so small, I actually had to buy a magnifying glass to read them. In the cockpit itself, I had no problem reading all the labeling and where everything was. That was not a problem. So I get done. I have 1 day break on a Sunday after ground school. So I went out to the beach, walked along the beach in Carlsbad, California. Carlsbad is absolutely beautiful, really nice, good food, a lot of microbreweries. Everybody was very nice there, clean. Really, I didn't see any homeless kind of stuff where I was, which is a good sign. I mean, I feel bad for homeless people. It's not that I don't want to see them where I am. I just prefer that there was less homeless people in the world. All right, so you're wondering about the flight simulator. I jump in the flight simulator on day one. Single pilot operation. Oh my goodness, I am so behind. There's instrument flight rule stuff that I don't do as a jet pilot. I've done it as a, smaller plane pilot. There's just flows and systems that they use I was not familiar with. They have acronyms like ABBA, which is A-B-B-B-A. That's, you get your ATIS, which is the weather. That's the A. The first B is you have to look at your flight plan or your flight profile, so you build it. That's programming everything inside your instrument systems, which I was not familiar with. Next, you bug it. Bugs are little settings that you use inside the aircraft for like your heading, your altitude. After you do that, you brief it. That's your third B. That's where you go through your approach plates and look at your weather minimums, your missed approach procedures, all the frequencies that you need. Great. Now you're on A, the ABBBA, ABBA. A is now the approach checklist. So you go through your checklist to see everything that you just went through, and you have to read that while you're flying the aircraft. Yeah, we use autopilot, but you still have to go through your checklist. Well, when you're doing all this stuff, your landing is coming up, and the whole time air traffic control is giving you information and instructions. Turn this heading, fly this altitude. Meanwhile, you're trying to do a checklist. This is all single pilot. So I'm behind the plane doing that kind of stuff, and I know it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not used to this. I don't know all the different briefing things to do. It's not a pattern. It's not a habit that I've developed. So that part was hard. They had me do unusual attitudes and takeoffs and landings, and I was fine with the aircraft. I can fly. I understood how it worked. My unusual attitudes were good. I could hold a 45-degree bank plus or minus about 50 feet, which is good. So I get done, and the instructor of the plane, he's like, well, I was like, yeah, I need more instruction. and we need more simulator time. No problem. So I confer with the scheduler, like, yeah, let's get you in the simulator the second day, and you could do the first section again. So simulator sessions 1 and 2, all the stuff that I did. So second day, I hop in there with another instructor. All the instructors were excellent, just great pilots and teachers, educators, and leaders at that. So we jump in. Second day, I repeat everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm just behind. I learned a lot. I did well. Learned a lot. I'm behind, so I meet with the coordinator, the schedule coordinator, training coordinator. Like, yeah, I need more. I need some more ground school about all the flying aspect. I need more simulator time. She's like, no problem. This happens. Let me set you up with a ground instructor tomorrow. And so I met with Derek on the second day, or the next day after all this, who is an examiner. So there's the one that do your check ride to give you your ratings, your license, kind of thing. And at the same time, I'm getting my airline transport pilot rating with this type rating. A lot of work. So he walks in the morning, great guy. Really, I'm stressing out. I can't sleep at night. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So Derek walks into the classroom, says, hey, good morning. How you doing? What's going on? So I explained to him, I'm honest. I'm struggling. This is hard. I'm thinking that what I will do is take a week off, go home, study, process what I've learned, and then come back for the rest of the simulator sessions. And he laughed. He goes, yeah, I talked to the simulator instructor that you worked with yesterday. And he's like, what you just said is exactly what I suggest you do. He's like, that's what would be my plan for you is, just go home and digest everything that you've learned and practice it. Because even if you had all the time and the money in the world, going into the simulator day after day trying to work this out, you're just going to burn out. It's like, it's too much. You need a little time between to process. So that's the exact thing I want you to do. Then he said, if I had known that you were trying to get single pilot qualified without ever having flown a jet or having a type rating in any jets, I would have said, no, that's a waste of your time. You need to do 2 pilot. So it's called crew. It's like, you don't need to be second in command. You don't need to just be a first officer. It's like, you're capable of being a captain, but you need a co-pilot to make things easier. What will happen is I still will fly the plane. I'll run the memory item checklist, but when it comes to the checklist, the co-pilot will actually read them off to me and help manipulate stuff in the aircraft. Like when we take off, you might have seen in different movies or YouTubes that the pilot takes off and then he says, okay, gear up, and the first officer, the co-pilot puts the landing gear up. Or he says flaps up, and the co-pilot puts the flaps up for you. So it takes all of that work out, that heavy workload. The first officer, the co-pilot, will do the radio work. He'll get things set up for you. You just have to call for him and show that you can work with the crew and your responsibility and their responsibility. So I felt so much better, such a relief. Like, wow, okay, I can do this, because I was feeling like I can't do this. I've messed up. I have messed up. But they reassured me, like, no, you're doing good. You're where you should be. You were just in the wrong program. You should not be in the single pilot program. You should be in the crew program. So yes, you are a captain. Yes, you will be pilot in command, but you will have to have a first officer with you. That's fine with me. It makes flying that much safer. I'm good with that, as anybody would be. That's where I am. So I should be going back in about a week. We're getting things scheduled. Today I'm heading out to a memorial service for the guy that set up the glider club that I fly with, Nevada Soaring Association. He brought it to life about 54 years ago. He really brought it to life, got it going again. Then in the 80s, he really got everything going, so 40-some years. And he passed away in 2018, and we're just now getting around to doing the memorial service for him, so that's great. So thank you to all of you that are my Patreon members, my Patreon heroes. I'll keep you updated as I can. that was hell week. That's why I kind of disappeared. I did post that the piano CDs that I had put out got pushed back for quality issues and different things that were pretty stupid. So I still will push my piano music. Now that I'm home and I'm studying, I will get the rest of my orchestral music officially copywritten, and then I will get those out online onto things like Spotify, some streaming services, because I need to keep this income going. I haven't been working for more than a year and a half, spent a lot of money on the flying, so everybody's Patreon makes a big difference for me that I have something coming in. As we get bigger, it'll get better, and I will keep on it. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Everybody here, I really know you personally on my Patreon right now. Everybody, you don't live here, you live all over the place. Really appreciate you. So we'll talk to you again soon. I'll be texting you or flying with you or climbing with you, who knows what. Or playing Demio online, VR. Okay, bye everybody.